Hey guys, this is Raven with the Regal Reptile, and a long time ago, I had a question on one of my tank cleaning videos for Ori about how to clean the filter. And this is my filter. And I just got done doing a water change, a big old water change, and if you wonder why Ori is not in here, it's because she is in this little box of her own, chilling out because that water's cold. Our tap water's being a little warm lately, especially during the summer. It's been a pain. So I actually had a thing of ice up here to cool this water down for Ori when she gets back in. But I'm going to take this filter apart and clean it for you. This is an aqua clear, and I think it's like designed for a 20-gallon tank. It's like really small. So we're going to take it apart, and I'll show you what all the components do. Okay, so this is my old sink that I got from my wonderful parents. I am just so happy I have this sink. It's not brand new, but it works, and it's a big bucket sink. I love it. This is the basement area where the worms are, way over there, and all that. All right. So it's nice to have a sink down here in the reptile room. So if you can get access to a sink in your reptile room and you have a larger collection, or even a decent sized one like mine, it's nice to have. It's convenient. So you can spread everything out with the filter. So this is our filter. There's a couple of things you're going to want in order to do this. So first you're going to want a cup of tank water that's dechlorinated and everything, because you're going to want, what's in this filter is several different types of filtration, and we'll go over that. And you're going to want some paper towels, especially a little skinny one that you can crinkle up. All right, so let's take this filter apart. All right, so first we have the lid. I'm going to go over these parts, and I'm going to tell you what parts can be washed in tank water and what parts can be washed with chlorinated tap water. The lid can be washed with chlorinated tap water. Right. Inside your filter you have your pipe, and your pipe, actually we should take it apart like this. Yeah, all right, so take that bottom part off, and then you can take this part off, and both of these can be washed with tap water, chlorinated tap water. These are your intakes. All right, now they are connected here and here. All right, inside this filter you have your motor down here, and on this side you have a basket. I'm going to pull out the basket. This is where all your filtration stuff is. So this basket has a biological filter. This cannot be washed with chlorinated tap water. It has a lot of beneficial bacteria in it. So we're actually going to put that in our cup of tank water to let it sit. And then this is a sponge, and this is called mechanical filtration. Yeah. Anyway, it is physical filtration. The water goes through and it separates all the bad, icky, slimy stuff, because axolotls create a lot of slime. This sponge and this basket can be washed with chlorinated tap water. So we're going to put this in our cup of tank water. Boop. It's going to chill out there. All right. Now, you have the body of the filter and its actual motor. This is what makes the filter work. I'm going to dump all that out. And you can take it apart by just twisting it and pulling it. All right. This is the thing that holds your pipe, your intake, onto your motor. All of this can be washed with chlorinated tap water. All right, this is your filter, and in your filter you have what is called an impeller. Your impeller is, if it is one of these types of filters, is a magnetic one. So you should be able to pull it out. It's kind of slippery. It's not letting me. There you go. This is gross. You want to keep this as clean as possible because you want it to spin well. And if you see any damage on your impeller, you might need to buy a new one. Now the good thing about AquaClear is once you know your filter type, you can buy a new impeller, you can buy a new impeller shaft, all separately. You don't have to buy a whole new filter, okay? You can even buy a separate motor if your motor screwed up. All right, so you want to wash your impeller. You can wash that with chlorinated tap water. And I don't think you can pull your impeller. Probably can, but I'm having trouble. So another thing you're going to want, which I totally didn't talk about at the beginning of the video, is you're going to want a Q-tip. So I'm going to go get one. All right, here's my Q-tip. We're not going to use this yet. So yeah, so there we go. So now we're going to wash all this stuff up. Pretty much the only thing you don't want to wash with chlorinated tap water is your biological filter. All right, so I'm going to wash all this stuff up, and I will be back with the more complicated stuff. I'm going to wash the basket and all that stuff. Side note, this is what you want your paper towels for. Look how gross that is. You're just going to use them to wipe everything down, preferably while water is running, and you get all up in your little nooks and crannies, all in here, and you just want to get everything clean as you possibly can. All right, so we have our filter bucket, we have our separator, we have our lid, and we have our basket. They're all washed. So what we're going to wash now is our pipes, our intake pipes. Oh, there went some here. All right. Yeah, there one is. Okay, so here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to take a skinny paper towel, and you're going to want to make it nice and thin, and try to get it nice and twisted so that it's strong. All right, then you're going to want to get it wet, and we're going to use this to clean the inside of our tubes. We won't get everything, but we'll get most of it. All right, so you're just going to feed this in here, and you're going to go in a big circle. If your fingers are tiny like mine, this is nice. If your fingers aren't, I'm sorry. There's also actual brushes for this with like a wire thing on them that you can do. I don't have one. I need to get one. Pipe cleaners work well as well. But like I said, we're not going to get everything. Another good way of doing this is to just run really hot water through all this. All right. I'm going to get this one going. Try to do our best. Unfortunately, this doesn't come off. So the best way to clean this really is to just run some water through it. Clean. Make sure this part's clean because this is the part that sucks up the water. Make sure water can go through it. And a lot of times water going through it will push out any gunk and stuff. Alright, onto the sponge. This is going to be difficult because this is an old sponge and I really should get a new one. You can get new ones online. You can get like a pack of 8 or something of these little sponges. They're not expensive. But when your sponge gets this old and this brown and you can't get it to be white again, it's a good idea to buy some new ones and replace them. You want to replace these at least once every 6 months, which I'm a slacker and I haven't done it. Alright, the impeller, you really just want to move it around, really get in there. There's a tiny hole. That's where the impeller shaft goes. You really want that clean as well. Make sure all your little blades are clean and there's not goo in them. Now that your impeller is clean, we have one more piece to clean, and that is the impeller shaft. Alright, this is the impeller shaft and the motor, and we have this nice Q-tip, and we've already moistened it. So we're going to get down in there and really clean it. Go all the way around and even up and down the impeller shaft itself. Look at all that gunk that's in there. Ew. We're going to do it again with the other side of the Q-tip. Really get in there. Try not to push the impeller shaft around too much. We're going to wipe down the impeller shaft itself really get in there. Oh, lots of goo. Lots of goo. Alright, I think we did a good job. Want to get some more water in there. And really get it wet in there. Get it all cleaned out, flushed out. Alright. And now you got to put the filter back together. So, I need the impeller. Alright, as I said, the impeller is magnetic. So it just bloop, fits in. Make sure that it turns well. Don't overdo it. Okay. And we have our bracket. Now this is how you put your filter motor back on. You see how there's a square edge here and a round edge? The round edge is going to face you if the filter's facing you. So you want to carefully fit this in just like so. Actually, so yeah, so the round edge is going to go backwards for now. All right. And once you get it in there, you want to turn it, and that will get it all set inside and make it watertight. There you go. So now your filter has its motor back. What comes next is the separator. Now this goes over this hole, and so you want to make sure it lines up, just like that. I lied. The next thing you want to do is the basket. I love Smoothie King. So what you want to do with this beneficial bacteria is you want to kind of swish it around just a little bit. Now it's prepared to go back in your aquarium. That's all you got to do for that. So in our basket we have our sad sponge that we're going to put in here. And we have our beneficial bacteria that we're going to put in here. Now, you can put carbon, you can put another fine sponge in here. There's all kinds of stuff. This basket's pretty big, so you can put all kinds of stuff in there. And anyways, your basket is going to go in here, just like so. All right, now we will put our separator in. And it goes, I believe, it goes like this, I think. It's been a while. As y'all can tell, the filter was very dirty. Alright, so it's going to snap down into place. If you push it, you'll hear a snap sound. Just like that. So our filter's starting to look like normal again. Going to attach our pipes back together. Just like so. Make sure they're good and snug. And you can slide this down here. Alright, so the pipe, the intake pipes will fit, and it will also make a snap kind of sound if it is secure. And only after, there we go, and only after that's secure will the filter actually work. All this has to be connected. Alright, and then we have our nice little lid. This filter's old. You can tell it's old, but now it is a lot cleaner than it was before. And so you're going to just hang this back onto your tank. So let's go back to the tank. Alright, so we're just going to fit this back down here, just like that. Alright, there we have it. Now, super important is to get a cup of water and fill up this filter with tank water before you decide to turn it on, and it should pull water from the tank into the filter. But you got to get it primed. So the way you prime it is just filling it full of tank water initially, and then it'll eventually circulate the rest. Alright, so here's hoping that after all is said and done, it will turn on. There we go. And it should eventually start pumping out some water for us. And there we go. Water is pouring nicely. Yeah, nice. And that's how you clean a small filter. Big filters are about the same. It has nothing to do with canister filters. They're completely different. This is a hang-on-back filter, and that's how you clean a hang-on-the-back filter really, really well. We're actually going to let the water cool off a little bit, and the water get a little clearer before we put Ori back in the tank. Because the temperature difference between her tub and the tank are pretty big. So we don't want to shock her temperature-wise. So our tank is much clearer now. Let's get Ori and put her in the water. And she's hiding. Alright, so I didn't really show you the water change part. There's several videos on my channel about water changes and stuff, but I did want to answer that question, finally, about the filter. And as you can see, our filter's just chugging along. Nice, clear water coming out of it. Yeah, it's important to take care of any pet you get and to do these maintenance things. I am blessed to have this wonderful creature in my collection. Maybe I'll go through a big history of how I got all my animals and all that stuff. That might be a fun video. If you liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel to become part of our Regal family. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments section below. I love to answer comments. And remember, Jesus loves you. Have a nice day. See y'all.